In this video, we're going to find the domain of a function algebraically. Find the domain of the function f of x equals x squared minus 2x. What is the domain? Well, the domain are all the values of x that you are allowed to plug into the function. Now, this particular function, notice that out of all the degrees, the highest degree is a square term, which means that this is a quadratic function. So with a quadratic function, recall that a quadratic function is the graph of a parabola, which means that if you look at that in terms of the domain, how far it extends both to the left and to the right? Well, because you have arrows there on both ends, it's going to go forever and ever to the left and forever and ever to the right. So therefore, the domain of this function is from negative infinity to positive infinity. In other words, there's no restrictions. There's no values that you're not allowed to plug in. So you can plug in any number into this function and it would be okay. So just looking at a function algebraically, I would say to determine the domain, first of all, look at what type of function it is. And again, because the highest degree is 2, this is a quadratic function, and once you know it's a quadratic function, that's a parabola. And so the domain is always going to be from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now you can also write that in set builder form, which is the same thing that as from negative infinity to positive infinity. X is such that it's all real numbers, and that again would be from negative infinity to positive infinity. There's no values that are restricted or that are not allowed. You can plug in any number into this function.